Welcome to the Rich and Rob Show, everybody. I'm Rob. And I'm Rich. We've got an enticing episode today, as neither Rob nor I has seen this episode of Rogan. And Elon Musk is quite the character. He tells it like he sees it, and he sees a lot. I know rich folks are the target of many less wealthy people, but sometimes that's just jealousy. I mean, the lady who wrote all those Harry Potter books, J.K. Rowling, she was homeless, living in her car, maybe I think with 2 of her kids. She goes on and writes a book that everybody loves, and she became a billionaire. She's no different than anyone else who writes books, except this book struck a chord. Quite right, I'm not sure why all the hatred over everybody. Well, in any case, let's see if some billionaires might be doing bad things according to Elon.
One often hears of the sort of George Soros boogeyman, but I mean, Soros actually, he is, I believe, the top contributor to the Democratic Party. The second one was Sam Bankman-Fried.
Yeah. Oh, crypto.
So, and Soros, I don't know. I mean, he had a very difficult upbringing, in my opinion, he fundamentally hates humanity. That's my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, well, he's doing things that erode the fabric of civilization. Getting DAs elected who refuse to prosecute crime. That's part of the problem in San Francisco and LA and a bunch of other cities. So why would you do that?
Wow.
Was it humanity, or is it just the United States as a whole? I mean,
he's pushing things in other countries too,
he's
not
doing
just
the
here.
same thing.
Yeah. Now, George at this point is pretty old. I mean, he's not, he's basically a bit senile at this point. But I mean, he's very smart. And he's very good at arbitrage. Famously, he shorted the British pound. That's sort of how I think he made his first money, was shorting the pound. So he's good at spotting, basically arbitrage, like spotting value for money that other people don't see. So one of the things he noticed was that that the value for money in local races is much higher than it is in national races. So the lowest value for money is a presidential race. Then next lowest value for money is a Senate race, then a Congress, and but once you get to sort of city and state district attorneys, the value for money is extremely good. And Soros realized that you don't actually need to change the laws; you just need to change how they're enforced. If nobody chooses to enforce the law, or the laws are differentially enforced, it's like changing the laws. That's what he figured out.
But is what's stunning that this trend, that people haven't pulled the brakes on this and have it reverse course?
I'm pulling the brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, pulling the brakes right now.
Yeah, you are. But you might be the only one.
Well, I think more people should. Most people just don't want to rock the boat. Most people are looking for acceptance from society, and they're if there's some negative press article, they're like shattered. I couldn't give a damn.
Right.
Go ahead, make my day.
Yeah.
Well, it's fascinating where if you're a high-profile public figure like yourself, it's impossible to make everybody happy. So there's going to be someone who says something shitty about you.
Yeah.
Somehow or another, when it's in print, does that mean more? Because other people are going to see this shitty thing?
Well, I guess
that's where it gets odd.
This is a good question.
Because essentially, an article in the New York Times is just a single person's opinion, and whatever editor gets involved.
It's just a lot of people will read that. Yeah. I mean, less people these days
but I
than
think
in the past.
People know that now. People know that.
I find the New York Times these days to be hard to read.
Fucking COVID got them.
And COVID just took out so many restaurants. It's crazy.
It's not coming back.
Their website seems to be down too. So.
Yeah, they're not coming back. Motherfucker. COVID got 70% of the restaurants in LA at one point.
Wow.
Not COVID, I should say. Policies.
Well,
lockdowns.
Quite right.
Virus. I mean, it's like just crazy.
Yeah. That's why I moved here. One of the reasons why I moved here is we came here in May of 2020, and you could go indoors and eat in restaurants. And my kids, who were pretty young at the time, 10 and 12, They were like, we want to live here.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like they're freaked out. Like LA was weird.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
changed.
for most of COVID, I was actually in South Texas building this Starship factory, and we're just no mask, no nothing, just building a factory, building rockets, and then you would have teams from California visit all masked up, and they'd freak out that we don't have masks, and we're like, we're still alive, man.
Yeah.
So.
Did you lose anybody? Did anybody from your factory die of COVID?
Not that I'm aware of, no. So part of it is that, like, that I kind of saw a dress rehearsal, which is that, I kind of started in Wuhan. And so Tesla's got 20,000 employees in China. And so, the first wave happened in China, and we had nobody died or got seriously ill. I was like, okay, well, like, this is, can't be that bad. And we're not relying on government statistics. We literally know who showed up for work.
Right.
Did they badge in or not? And we had no one die and no one got seriously ill.
It's quite relevant.
So I'm like, well, I don't know what the big deal is.
Well, there's a problem that people still want to stick to this initial narrative that they believed and that they espoused. They repeated it. And so they'll still fight you on this today. People still fight you today on the merits of the lockdowns, the importance of vaccine mandates, closing schools. There's people that stated an opinion in 2020, and they still are doing mental gymnastics to try to make it seem like that was the right choice.
No, it was just a panic.
Yeah.
And a lot of deaths got ascribed to COVID that had nothing to do with COVID. And in fact, I'd say in the beginning, the cure is worse than the disease. So, because people panic too much. And so that somebody would get diagnosed with COVID, they put them on intubated ventilator for a week, and this was going to basically cook your lungs.
Well, Rich, what were your takeaways from that? Elon's quite bright, but he's right. I mean, I hadn't even thought about that perspective about he knows who's badging in at work in Wuhan. His Tesla, they had 20,000 employees over there. But I don't know, there's so many things going on that are outside of our control. And the billionaire thing, I don't know. I mean, they didn't talk too much about it. Only George Soros, who's a major wanker. Oh, I can't stand that guy. I mean, he just seems bitter all the time. And what Elon said, I couldn't believe he said what he said about him being like hating mankind or humanity or something like that. So I don't know. There are things going on out there, but Elon is fighting against it. His Twitter, he took over. He called it X, which I don't even like. I just wish he kept calling it Twitter. But what are you going to do? Elon's going to do what Elon does. Well, that's right. Well, folks, leave your comments, subscribe if you haven't, share it, like it, do the usual social thing, and we'll see you on the next video. That's right, everybody. This is a lot of fun for us. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next episode of the Rich and Rob Show, and have a great day. Cheers!